Hey guys, it's Raiden, and here we have the lovely Sky Masters, the current girlfriend of our ever so broke as a joke guy, Jet Jensen. So, as I'm sure you remember a very long time ago, I started a series that I never quite finished, I never added on to, and that was my From the Bottom series, okay? So, I played it a little bit. As you can see, I added a garden. That's probably the biggest expense I'd ever made on this game, and it's probably the biggest pain in the ass of the entire me actually playing it, to be honest with you. And I decided myself, and we're getting into this now, the build. I decided that I would only film the building portions. I would only film the renovations because it gets dull after a while watching somebody do the same grind over and over again, and I know that that's something that annoys me. So why would I put you guys through stuff like that? Because I love builds. That is what I am obsessed with. Now, if you can remember from the first episode, which you can go back and watch, this will be a part of that playlist, Jet Jensen was a bodybuilder. Now, I had gotten him up to a very high standing in a bodybuilder career path. So he was all the way to the point where he had to pick from one of two options. Does he want to be an athlete or a personal trainer? I believe that's it. And I chose the personal trainer section. So I chose the personal trainer branch, and it wasn't my favorite. I just didn't like it, so I changed up Jet's profession, and I made him be a chef. So the story is kind of like he was a bodybuilder, but he found something that he was passionate about, and that is why he is a chef. So it's a lot easier to make the story when I'm not playing it and trying to focus on that. And it got a little grindy. In order to get the money that I was working towards, I had to get him a girlfriend. And you can see Sky Masters is an alien. I wanted to go something out of the norm. So I got Jet an alien girlfriend, and they seemed to get along quite well. She didn't really want anything to do with him at first, but I kind of took her camping and made her want something to do with him because I wanted her, damn it. I wanted her to be Jet's girlfriend. So that wound up happening. She moved in and combined together. She doesn't have a job, so their money combined. I don't know where she got all this money, shady bitch. But their money together helped bring this kitchen to life. So I decided, because Jet is going to be the next Iron Chef, essentially, at this point, before I change his little profession again, I would make this kitchen. And I am incredibly proud of this kitchen, let me say that. You ever just have something you start building and you keep building it, and eventually you see the finished product and you're like, damn, how did I do that? I don't understand how I even thought to bring this up, to make this happen. And this kitchen to me is that, because I'll be honest with you, I'm the first one that will tell you that I am a plain Jane builder, and I'm pretty sure that if you have seen my other builds, you know that that is how I am. When I'm going back and I'm building these houses from my childhood, my past, things like that, there wasn't much in them. I mean, we don't design very extravagantly in my family or the people that I know. It's kind of like the things that you collect over the years wind up just kind of piling up, and somehow you got a hutch or something, I don't really know where I got this, but I have it, so I'm keeping it. And so that's why it was really hard for me to build my bedroom in my own house build, my couple of bedrooms that I had from those houses of the past. So I'm very plain. Then, long story short, really, long ramble short. But I was very proud of this kitchen, and I wanted to go with something that seemed a little more industrial, I guess. But when I'm talking about industrial, I'm meaning dark metal, so modern almost as well. And I did use a lot of stuff from Dine Out. So that game pack, there we go. That game pack allowed me to have a little bit more creative design when it came to building this kitchen. And it was a great influence for the things that I did in it. So I do go through and add some, what I would like to call our invisible lightings, but it's just me cheating to put some weird fluorescent lights behind the cabinets. And I decided that if I'm gonna have a dining area, I was debating, do I remove the dining area completely? I didn't want to do that, right? I wanted to keep the dining room, but I wanted to combine the two. And so, as you can see here, I take down the wall, and then I put a half wall up. So, it's almost like it's secluded, but it opens up that space so that you're not completely cut off from the kitchen, and you can still sit in the dining area, you can still converse, you can still be entertained. It allows for that entertainment value. So, and it also makes the space look larger. It makes it look more luxurious. And this wall was my favorite from the Dine Out game pack. The fact that it has these little mirrors in between the wall panels is just like that little touch of flair that you need in your walls. And if you hear some screaming in the background, that is my son. So I apologize for that ahead of time. He's getting a little wacky in his bedroom by singing loudly and crashing cars together. So, yay. But I did not, with this little area, this dining area, I did not want to make it look the same. So I changed some things up and I put this brick wall in, right? And another thing I didn't want to do was have chairs facing, their back facing that opening. I wanted it to be kind of like, I don't know, I feel weird when my back is facing like a door or something, or my back is facing like a opening like this. So it's just very weird. I try some awkward things with the table and it doesn't quite work out. Now, one thing I do add in this, which I found out was completely just worthless, honestly, but for design value, it's pretty neat, honestly, in my own opinion. I do add a wine cellar, essentially. Now, I haven't played much of Dine Out. I haven't played much of The Sims, period. Most people who know me personally know that I dump a lot of time into World of Warcraft. So, designing and building is one of my other passions, but I have put a lot of time into WoW, and I'm sure I can make another update video where we can get into that a little further, but I want to talk about that little cellar that I made. So, the nectar racks. You can actually see me. I'm adjusting the windows here to put the cellar in. But the nectar racks, they are worthless, okay? So, like, you can't buy nectar bottles to put in there. And I put the food rack down there with the purpose of just filling up space. I didn't put a light down there on accident, so I think I wound up going back and doing that. I also wound up forgetting to put a trash can in the kitchen itself. I had to go back in and put a trash can in. Also, at the end I put a hutch in, I believe. Some sort of like a dineware, flatware. No, that's silverware. Anyways, some place where you put your bowls and shit that you're not allowed to use. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a hutch of some sort. I put that up against the wall. I wound up taking that out, replacing it with a fish tank, because I wanted to put a fish tank in here originally, and I was so just like dumbfounded at the fact that I made this amazing ass kitchen that it just slipped my mind. So I went ahead and added that post filming here. But like I said, I haven't played much of the Dine Out expansion game pack. I keep getting those mixed up because they want to try and just like, you know, make me keep spending money on different things. But I haven't played much of Dine Out, and the little that I have played has been going to the restaurant as Jet Jensen, like taking my jet, that sounds really fancy, taking Jet from the house right here, and the restaurant's right across the street, because I lack placement skills. So I take him, go to the restaurant, get him some food or check it out, like see what little things that I forgot. Apparently I forgot to put a trash can in there, so my Sims were throwing their trash all over the ground, which is something that I'm pretty sure that I mentioned in another build or review or something to that effect. So my Sims were just throwing their trash all over the ground, and it was a good thing that I played it. I put this thing up on the, the exchange. I put this thing up on the exchange. It's still there. It still doesn't have a trash can, so if you want to play it, you'll have to add one, but that's about it. So, yeah, I haven't played much of the game pack, so when I make this cellar and I expect the nectar racks to be working, which, me to expect anything is just complete fucking idiocy at this point. It just was worthless. So it's there as a waste of space design thing. I thought it would be neat as kind of like the Iron Chef kitchen to add one of those underground wine cellars. So that's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be, and it's there. One of my plans that I want to do with the house, I think I want to go ahead and expand the bedroom a little bit. So Jet has this girlfriend, they don't even sleep in the same bed together. Obviously, you can see that when I first started up the video, they're sleeping on camper cots, stuff that you would put in like a tent or something. They're sleeping on cots together. And I don't know about you, but last time I checked, I didn't sleep in the, 2 different beds in the same bedroom as my significant other, So that's just weird, but it was an on-the-fly thing to get him a girlfriend, and I'm glad it worked. So now we have a potential of 2 incomes, or I can just keep making her paint like I have been doing and sell her paintings. It's been working out regardless. She's just there for me to fool around with when he's at work, because when he's at work, which sounds also terrible, I'm just a sick-minded fool, because when he's at work, I get really bored because I have nothing to do with my sim. When he gets off of work, all of his time is taken up by A, getting up skills, or B, just winding down trying to eat, taking a pee for that matter, making food. Now, making food takes like forever. It takes like an hour to make food. But his cooking skills all the way up to 10 and everything, so that's really awesome. And here I'm getting to that nectar rack. So you can see it's totally worthless, and my dumb ass forgot to put a light in there. So yay, go me. And that food rack. So it's just like a little food storage area. The only one time I ever tried to imagine anything, I imagined this. So this is my worthless 2 cents for this kitchen build, which I am still so very proud of. It just looks so clean and awesome, and like I really put time in it, but I was super clueless in going into this, and I'm just proud of the way that it turned out. As you can see, I don't do anything with this house outside of building that garden, which, sorry, other than just building and recording those builds. So I haven't done anything with this since I had made that first video where I had made the foundation for what this is. And I'm hoping that every build after this goes just as creative. I want to get into the bedroom, which also sounds bad, and this is just a bad one. It's a bad from the bottom video. I want to get into the bedrooms next. I want to rearrange that. Like I was saying, they sleep on 2 cots, and you could just see that right there, and that's just weird, right? So I want to make them a nice master bedroom downstairs. I want to keep everything 1 story until I absolutely need to move up. And with the new stuff pack that came out, the backyard stuff, I'm almost influenced after the bedroom build to want to do a backyard build. Maybe give them a little patio or something. Have the computer room open up into a patio area. That would be awesome even. As I slowly build onto this house, I feel myself being more influenced and more creative, doing it slowly than sitting here and going, alright, I'm going to build a house. It's going to take me 4 hours. I have no clue what I'm going to put in it, and we're just going to go from there. I have no creativity that way. This way I can stare at a house for months at a time, or weeks at a time, or hours at a time, and just go, what can I do that reflects my sim and their attitude? And that is where this kitchen came from. And Jet's awesome career becoming a chef. And as psychotic as it sounds, he likes cooking. So he's my sim. And he's awesome. And he has a really cool girlfriend who's an alien. And I influence people being different. And that's just me. So we're going to get into the screenshots, guys. Go ahead and listen to some royalty-free music. It is Raiden signing off.